Hashtag question my use of eating sugar babies right before the show.
Okay.
What do you even have in your mouth?
Sausage.
Oh,
Steve
the photographer is making breakfast again, isn't he?
Number one, I stopped smoking. How long ago?
Almost 4.5 months.
Yeah. And I'm getting fatter as it goes, and these guys aren't helping. And
No. I have gained.
And then this happens.
I've gained 10 pounds since starting here on the morning stream, and it's because of the Dot Fairy. Because if I took personal responsibility, that wouldn't work for me.
No, that wouldn't work at all.
No, so it's pretty much someone else's fault. But I'm 10 pounds fatter now.
So, I mean, it's nice, and, I
Did we mention this is the Todd and Erin morning stream here on GetPartDaily.com? Good morning.
I think what's funny thing is that we have this in the studio here, and we have some offices out here and 2 offices back there, and then a control booth. And as opposed to being in the kitchen, the full-scale kitchen
which is downstairs,
we're cooking on someone's desk in their office and we actually have to cover things so the bacon grease doesn't get on the computer screen. It's an awesome place. And I'm getting fat.
Actually, isn't that Carol who does all the accounting and writes all the checks?
She's a little ticked.
Might be the wrong person to annoy. I'm
just
thinking.
Right. I think you're right.
That's okay. Okay, this is going to be an epic morning. First of all, good morning to everybody on Facebook. Thank you so much. And good morning to you, Carolyn and Janet. Look at the Morty Mountain Camp. All the smoke seems to be going away from that Brian Head Fire program we had
still
earlier.
kind of hazy.
Robert J. DeBry and Associates. Yeah, but look how much better it looked than it did 2 days ago. Hey, you can see the mountains.
Is the Brian Head Fire up to? 52,000.
Oh, that's all. It's the biggest wildfire in the country right now.
So good thoughts to all the firefighters because and the pilots and all the people who cook for them, been in this situation before, and all that support and stuff is really important. So as a matter of fact, a couple times the communities came out.
I know, isn't that wonderful? And they were all feeding the firefighters.
Right.
Which I thought was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, but it's a little ironic they're using a barbecue. Cold dishes would be better.
In hindsight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could seem that way.
All right, so we have that coming up. And we have a recap on the lobster story.
There's more?
Oh, yeah.
You're talking about the person who tried to smuggle the lobster in his luggage.
Don't ruin it.
Through Boston.
Spoiler.
We already told them that part 2 days ago.
All right, whatever.
Fine. All right. Do you want to tell me something good? Because I've been waiting for this one.
Yeah, let's start the day off like that.
I've been really waiting for this one. Okay, so here we go. This is really terrifying, essentially, like how they all start.
They start off horribly.
All right,
Maddie, but stick with it.
Maddie, who's 12 years old, and her sister Molly, who's 7, were on the way to Busch Gardens theme park in Virginia. Now, I've been there before. It's like a really terrifying, sanitary version of Europe.
Is it fun?
It's beautiful. It's a lot of fun. And so they're all excited, and as they're driving, there's a car accident right in front of them. And so their mom gets out.
This is the part where it goes downhill.
Mom puts on the handbrake, says, "Stay here. I've got to go see if I can help." So she gets out, Brandy, and she's running over to the car. She's dialing 911 at the same time, going, "Hey, there's a car accident." Well, the guy who caused the accident because he ran off the road in a stolen car was Paul Salzman, who is a beefy 6'4" and about 250 pounds. Now, while Mom is racing out trying to see if there's anyone she can help, Paul is now racing into the driver's seat of the minivan, slamming it shut, locking it, and telling the girls, "Shut up. Don't say anything. I'm taking you out of here."
Oh,
so at this point,
horrible.
You're thinking there's Molly and Maddie. You're thinking these are like 7 and 12 years old. Little girls sitting in there. Their mom is beginning to see what's happening, and she's starting to freak out. The guy's going in reverse. So here's what Maddie does. She goes, "I couldn't let him hurt my sister. I knew that my mom would expect me to take care of her." Because she used to babysit her.
You're going to cry this early?
No, I'm not going to cry this early. I'm not. Well,
that's like a record.
Maddie's a talented
We've only been doing this for like a minute and a half.
Maddie's a talented horseback rider. She said, "You know what? If I can control a 1,500-pound animal, I can try to take care of him." If you can see, she's got a cast.
Did he break her arm?
No, she had a cast on her arm because she had fallen off one of the horses the week before.
Right.
So when he came in, she took her cast and she hauled off and whacked him across the bridge of the nose, broke his nose instantly, and started wailing the tar out of the carjacker with her cast, beating him repeatedly over the head until he started, and I quote, pleading with me to stop. So while her sisters are still in the back seat, buckled in, going, "That's intense." Maddie keeps wailing on this guy, knocking the crap out of him until he's like hiding. She manages to jam her foot on the brake, and her mom rips the door open, and with a couple of onlookers manages to rip the carjacker out of the car.
gun.
And I'm suspecting by then he was probably happy to be pulled out of the car because she managed to break a cheekbone, part of his jaw, his nose. She ripped some tendons in his shoulder and broke 2 ribs. That's my girl.
Wow.
That's my girl.
Did turn out good, didn't it?
Right? I mean, it's like a dark and meanly satisfying tell me something good. But
Right?
I am so proud of her, and I would hope that when our Zoe got 12 and if something like that happened, she too would beat the living crap out of him.
She'll probably be armed at that point.
Yeah, that's Zoe. I probably shouldn't even talk that way, should I? So anyway, a good way to start.
It is good. This just in. Don't be shocked, or try not. Okay. Jason Chaffetz is going to work on Fox.
The Fox News Network.
Fox News Network.
Special
so
correspondent.
He's leaving his office before the term is over. He's going to go work at Fox and be a commentator. Evidently, he talked to everyone.
With a reported $6 million contract.
So he talked to CNN.
million.
He talked to the Animal Planet. He talked to all the major people. And he's going to end up at Fox doing that. So if you thought you were tired of seeing him on TV now, just wait.
I would rather have the Animal Planet because then I could be on Shark Week.
You know, I don't do a lot of impressions, but at this point, I would like to do an impression of Jason Chaffetz.
Okay.
Hey, Erin, is the show over yet?
Yes, Representative Chaffetz. No, it's not, sir.
It's
We're
not?
only
Okay,
halfway
well, I have
through
to
the
go.
show.
Yeah, I have to go. Yeah.
That's it.
I don't often do an encore, but I think I will. Erin, is the show over yet?
No, Representative Chaffetz. It's
No.
not.
Call me Sarah Palin.
No, Sarah Palin.
Gotta go. Okay, thanks very much. And you know, the sad thing is she couldn't even get a job on a network. She just quit, tried for president, and now she does show from her living room.
That was the worst.
No, it wasn't. It's
Most
realistic.
pitiful
And
thing
you know
I've ever
what?
seen.
Honesty of comedy, that's where it all lays, right there. Boom. I think I'll just quit before it's done.
That might be for the best.
No commentary there.
That might be for the best. Just stop.
The job's worth doing. Stick to activity. All the things my dad told me.
Okay, you know, when you think about people going on strike, there's certain people that
This is
I really don't want to
hilarious.
go on strike, like say emergency personnel or police.
Right.
My doctor. I would prefer they not go on strike, but this is really a whole.
No one knew this.
This is really a whole set of labor concerns that had never really occurred to me before.
So no one knew this. Back in 1973, if you remember, there was a thing in orbit. It was called Space Lab. And they had 3 guys on it. Space Lab. And then it crashed the atmosphere, burned up, and there were chunks of hitting the Earth, which is a good plan.
And we were all excited thinking something was going to whack us.
We wanted a chunk of it because they knew it would be worth money, and actually it is, and they actually did recover stuff. A lot of it went in the ocean, but they did
it was
catch
most
some
over
pieces.
Australia, I think, right?
And as a matter of fact, if one of those chunks actually hit something of yours, like a car, it would be worth so much money as opposed to just hitting dirt. It'd be worth more in the trunk of your car after it crashed through your car. Anyway, here's the deal.
Okay, that's good.
You got 3 guys up there. They have a pretty rigorous schedule, right? 16 hours a day.
Plus, you have to drink Tang. So it just
Space
seems like
food
it's almost
sticks.
unfair.
Yeah. So here they are.
These are some of NASA's brightest minds. These are brilliant, brilliant, brilliant creatures. Scientists, bioengineers, pilots,
Okay.
everything.
Here's your deal. Work schedule, basically minute by minute, is laid out for you. 16 hours a day, 84 days straight. They got tired of it.
I
They
would
got
imagine.
tired of the fact that this regime, 16 hours a day, 84.
No time off.
One of them got disabling diarrhea and nausea because he hadn't been in space before, and none of them had, and he had to acclimate. But he was too busy seeing if seeds grew upside down and stuff. And so basically, and then NASA was
Diarrhea.
secretly listening in space. Oh.
I don't think it would be that secretive. I think they'd probably be pretty aware everything was mic'd, right?
No. They were actually listening to their private conversations and commenting and berating them about it.
Oh. This is not a group of people I think you really want to show a lack of appreciation for, because they're not in that good a mood anyway.
So they went on
with
strike.
the diarrhea.
They went on
They
strike.
what?
They went on strike. This is back in 1973. No one knew about this. We're just
Did they
reading
just
about
release
it now.
this now because of like secret document laws
I
and stuff?
don't know.
It has to
It was
be.
a couple days after Christmas, and they sent a manifesto, Earthbound.
This is
They
epic.
said, we need more time to rest. We need a schedule that's not so packed. We don't want to exercise after meals, and we need things to get under control.
Oh, that's so sad.
Or we're not experimenting anymore. I didn't know that.
Grow
That's
your
so
own
funny.
seeds, mister.
NASA, man, what monsters! And the fact that they were eavesdropping on them.
That's the part that's mean-spirited. Because come on, you need some point that's private, especially if you've got the debilitating diarrhea. At some point, there should be some private moments for you. I don't care if you're a NASA astronaut or not.
I'm just thinking about zero gravity and diarrhea, and it just doesn't mix. It's horrifying.
Okay, maybe we should go to Daisy in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom.
Do you think?
Because there's a lot of stuff that went on overnight. It's brought to you, of course, by Robert J. DeBry. Robert J. DeBry with offices in St. George, Sandy, and Salt Lake City. You can contact them for help at robertdebry.com. And by Executive Transportation, where our friend March will take you for a trip to the airport, an amazing night out, all in his fleet of sweet Escalades. You can book your trip at executiveutah.com and All Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. If you've got a 24-hour emergency, how fortunate it is that you can actually contact them 24 hours a day for help. Just go to allutahplumbing.com. Good morning, Daisy. What's going on?
Hello everyone, here's what's making headlines on GephartDaily.com. West Jordan police say the man suspected of shooting a female driver on Wednesday morning is the same man found dead of an apparent gunshot wound that afternoon in Tooele County. West Jordan police officers said that 33-year-old Andrew Larson was the suspect in the death of 36-year-old Jill Lloyd. According to witnesses, the two argued, then Larson shot at least 3 bullets into Lloyd's car, firing at close range. Larson and Lloyd were a former couple in a custody dispute. A woman who was charged in the arson death of her mother at their West Valley City home has died after officials say she tried to commit suicide in the Salt Lake County jail. A guard found 47-year-old Lorelei Thomas Queerback unresponsive in her cell and administered CPR, but Queerback died later at the hospital. She was being held in connection with the death of her mother, 64-year-old Kathy Thomas. 3 teenage boys charged in juvenile court with murder in the death of West Valley City police officer Cody Brotherson have accepted a plea deal and pleaded guilty to lesser charges. Brotherson was killed on November 6th of last year while he was setting out spike strips to stop the boys who were fleeing police in a stolen vehicle. Brotherson died instantly after being struck by the speeding vehicle. And now look at the weather along the Wasatch for the next few days. We're looking at a toasty but tolerable temp with highs in the upper 80s Thursday and Friday, and then things warm up a bit for the holiday weekend. We'll see highs in the mid to upper 90s with just a 10% chance of rain. Todd and Erin, back to you.
All right, so
Thanks,
Daisy. If you have some issues, you have issues in your home, and I'm not talking family issues, I'm talking about plumbing, heating, or air. Sprinklers too. We're talking about John All Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air, and sprinklers and
Why does he always look so
renovators
irritated when he comes to our house? Did you see his expression?
Yeah, and that's what he. So anyway,
It's just for us.
the deal is he fixes things once, and then you don't see him until something else breaks. But to find a good plumber is like he's your guy. And you don't want to have like an issue happening and then go, what plumber am I going to call? And what service? My air conditioning's not working. It's 100 degrees. These are the people who do everything, licensed, insured. They do remodeling. As a matter of fact, we're going to go show you something coming up later that's really, really cool. So if you need someone to fix something in your home that makes it hot, cool, dry, wet, and stuff flushing and going away, allutahplumbing.com. They're your people. All right.
This is a good luck wish I had never heard of before, and I'm not sure it really combined well with technology.
Very common.
Explain what happened
in China. In China, it's very common. So there was a 80-year-old woman, and she gets to go flying, and she hadn't flown very
It's like her
much.
first plane ride, and she's a little nervous. Okay,
Everybody's
I can see
really
that.
excited.
Sure.
She's going with 150 other passengers, and so she was just really happy about it. And so what she did is, for good luck, she reached into her pocket, and she came out with 9 coins, and she threw them at the engine. Now,
That is profoundly ill-advised. I could see dropping them on the ground, perhaps.
No, you throw it at the thing. It's like holy water. You throw the money at the object.
Could she have done it at the bulkhead?
No, so
or
here's
maybe
the-
one of the flight attendants?
She's never
or-
flown before. She didn't know those big loud things make it fly. And so what happened is they went on the ground and they found 8 of the 9. And
Oh,
then
that's bad.
got everybody off the plane for 9 hours. And they got a big ramp and a big set of stairs. And they went in and they tried to fish it out. Took them 9 hours to get the thing out of the engine. Look at, oh my gosh.
Explain what happens when you might have something like that in an engine that's about to take off.
A fan. You think of a fan in your home, right?
Yeah.
And then you take a penny and you throw it at the fan, and it hits the blades. Except the blades are powering a jet that's flying at 40,000 feet, and they disintegrate. Planes have crashed because a bird got sucked into the engine.
Yeah.
So she's throwing metal objects into that thing.
That seems
for good luck.
problematic. Not the best.
Didn't work
Not
out
the
well.
best luck ever in the world.
No.
Okay, it's time for the big thank you. We wanted to tell you how much it meant to us that you guys are. Do you realize that we're inching up to 1 million views of the Todd and Erin morning stream?
4.5 months.
4 months.
4 months.
Over almost 1 million views.
I don't understand.
I don't, at that level of a number is I'm having a hard time even rationalizing that.
I don't
So
even know how many zeros there are.
We really wanted to say thank you. So we're sending 4 of you to Christopher's Prime Steakhouse. You win, you take 3 friends, you have a wonderful time, you eat incredible food, and they've got some things on their summer menu that are,
Their side dishes
Anyway.
are great.
I know. Anyway, it's incredible. And then, of course, you don't have to find parking or worry about anything. March from Executive Transportation comes up, picks you up in a fancy cab Escalade, takes you around. Life is perfect. Now, just to enter, all you have to do is comment on the show today and share. And that would be on any one of our 3 Facebook pages. That is the Todd and Erin Facebook page, Gephardt Daily, or Gephardt Approved. And then we'll draw another winner tomorrow. It's just that easy.
All right.
Good morning, Sandy. Good morning, Marianne.
On Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have issues with your trash containers, your trash bins, putting them on the street? Our day is Monday, and there are a couple barrel Nazis on our deal. Now the rule is it's 3 feet apart, and if you've got a new driver who comes through, they will actually come out and staple a notice to them.
3 feet apart.
3 feet apart,
3 feet
please.
apart.
Make sure the lid closes, nothing sticking out. There's lots of rules. But the people in our neighborhood turned into the Nazis because they'll go out and if you don't pick them up, like right when you get home after they've been emptied, Robin, they will actually put them in your driveway,
And block your car so
which
that you
just
can't.
ticks me off.
Yeah,
And
that's their way.
So I put them back on the street for 2 days. You see, a little passive aggressive action.
It would go on for a while.
Yeah, so that's actually happened several times. So the new thing, and I think this is hilarious, is the fact that our day is Monday, all right? But on Wednesdays, and it just happened the other day, they take glass recycling. And the bins are smaller, they're about this tall, and everybody puts their glass into it.
And we're always admiring those
wine
ones because
bottle.
it's like extra expense to get one of those. That's like
Right.
that means you really, really care
Really
about
care,
the environment.
as opposed to us. And wine bottles and beer bottles
Mm-hmm.
and anything, glass goes in there, and then you roll them down to the street just like normal.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a special truck that comes along, and so they came through yesterday, and I know now know that at least 2 people in the neighborhood drink a lot because they pick this thing up and it rattles on the way up. And then they
the
dump
engine's like really straining to get it all the way to the top.
And
It's
so
that heavy.
when they dump it, imagine dumping empty glass bottles onto other empty glass bottles.
The shattering sound
And
that,
the noise
that resonates throughout
it
the
is so funny. And I know there's some people who look like looking out from behind their drapes going, oh, I hope they get help. I think they need some help.
See, that's unlike Todd and me, that we're so essentially lazy that we just go up to the big glass recycling thing by one of our local parks and then we dump ours in the middle of the night so we don't look as bad.
I've switched over to plastic. She drinks wine out of a box. It's
I
silent.
thought that's because we were environmentally correct.
We can recycle it just in a different way.
Yeah. Like that.
All right,
That
so
really
coming
was
up,
funny,
what do we have?
You're going to be talking to John. This is like
yeah.
This was a really cool project. I'm excited to see this.
And I got to go yesterday. This is so cool. All right, back with John from All Utah Plumbing.
Merit Medical. Why work for fast food wages when you can start at Merit for a whole lot more? Merit Medical. Great products, great people, a great company. Learn more at merit.com/careers. The law offices of Robert J. DeBry and Associates, with offices in Salt Lake City, Sandy City, and St. George. Check them out at robertdebry.com. The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is actually available anytime at gephardtdaily.com. Just click on the Todd and Erin page.
All right, so John, you're here. How are you?
How's it going?
Good. We were hanging out yesterday.
Yep.
AC units must be going crazy. You just must be busting it.
Yep. Yeah. Just keep. We'll keep running.
Keep breaking them. He'll keep fixing them.
Exactly.
And sprinklers, I'm sure, and stuff like that.
Sprinklers, the plumbing.
One thing.
It's busy.
Yeah. One thing we haven't talked about, and we haven't talked very much about it, is the fact that you do a lot of remodeling, and you're certified and licensed and all that stuff. I've seen the individual projects, and if you've watched the videos that we do, we did the AC unit outside, clean it up. Mm-hmm. Watched you go through a furnace and do that check that you do.
Yep. Change your filters, everybody.
Right, because otherwise it doesn't breathe. I learned that from this guy. Water heaters, draining them. Didn't know that was necessary, but now it is.
Yep.
But I always see you doing like one thing. And the thing we went to see yesterday, it was like a project instead of just a toilet.
Yeah.
It was like the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And how did you find this person? Because
Tracy gave us a call about a little over a year ago, just then established a relationship.
Right.
And little things.
And you know what?
And then
Meeting her,
she called.
right. And meeting her yesterday was so cool because, like a lot with autism, and there's some special needs and special things to make life right. And you have to adjust to them and things like that. And I know Robbie's watching, and Robbie, you're a rock star, right? He's a great guy, right? So yesterday, I am so glad you allowed me to go tag along.
Yeah.
And
Hi, I'm Tracy. Nice to meet you.
He says he
how's
has,
it going again?
he has something cool you want to show me.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
All right,
It's
after
pretty
you
good.
guys, go
Come
ahead.
in.
All right.
Lead me. Oh my gosh. How long did this take you?
This was
It's a huge amount of work.
It was a huge amount of work. This was, I mean, there's so much I want to show you.
Okay.
But this was a huge tub with a dinky little shower right here.
And what's the year of the house?
1923.
And you did this.
And so we moved our drain. We moved all this. Look at this shelving
Right.
that we did.
Storage.
So now you can, gosh dang, have it. Anyway, so yeah, you can step into the
I'm in.
shower.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's it.
And look at how roomy it is. So we've got the slide bar.
Right.
Work that. So for people really tall, which
Right.
that's what we've got. And now yeah.
It's beautiful. What is this?
This is the specialty. So this had 3 levels of flooring on top of it. Okay? So we're taking it down, trying to do all the demo to
Right.
get things. We get to this and we're like, oh gosh.
And it looks beautiful.
And even Tracy was, well, wait a minute, look at this. And
Right.
we're going, look at this. And it looks horrible. And we're like,
It's got glue on it. It's got everything.
So anyway, massive man hours. We restored it. You're talking 1925, 23.
And it's still there.
And maybe 1930. I mean, I don't know for sure. All I know is old. We took it to tile places, going, look what we got to do. Anyway, we restored this.
It looks really pretty.
It sounds right. How cool was that?
Yeah.
And it's good for the kids and everything. And you know what? It is. I mean, it's great if you go in and you do a tub, right? Or you go in and do one of those single projects, and everybody's like grateful, and they get a new toilet or whatever, and everyone's happy. But this is like a whole different thing.
Yeah, this with the needs that were
Right.
need to be taken care of.
Right.
More room, very
Right.
small space.
Right.
This home is in Sugar House. Everyone probably realized that. At any rate, so things are small, and so we were able to make it usable,
right.
a usable
'Cause-
space, and do it great. That's the thing. Even
Right.
with the small stuff that I do,
Right.
but we don't want to band-aid anything. We want to let's make it really great. And that's what happened here. And then just the feeling of
Right.
now her one child that is he can just
Right.
be in that shower with comfort.
And not have to worry about it. And it makes, I tell you what, for parent, it makes everything so much better. I'm just amazed, like how you really have an effect on some of your clients.
So, John worked with me last year on some plumbing in the house because it's an old house.
Right.
And they did such a great job, and they helped me with some cement. So, this year I told him I really want to redo this bathroom. This is the boys' bathroom.
Right.
And you know, Robbie's 11 and he's a big kid.
Right.
His brother's 14 and he's over
He's 12
6'6".
feet tall.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So the little teeny shower that we had
Not
before
good.
did not work. It was claustrophobic for
Right.
them. So I talked with John about I really want something that's open, that's simple, and you know, it'll be a boys' bathroom.
Right.
So if I clean it up, I don't have to worry about, you know, every little
Right.
spot or whatever. It's
Right.
going to look great. So,
Is this bathroom better than yours?
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I was a little bummed.
This part of my job is the entire reason I'm doing this and started my company. For clients that need something like this with the special needs, and then just to make something out of a tiny space roomy and things like that on a remodel. And so the whole vision's from the client to us, and then the team listening and everything and just doing. And then the finished product, that makes your day. That's the passion. That's how we get it. We like to fix a lot of things, small jobs, this and that, no problem. And have a lot of passion with that to do it right. But something like this, just, it gets you.
All right, so how incredible is that? That is. Felicia on
Isn't it
Facebook,
wonderful?
she says she
Hi,
loves
Felicia.
the shower.
Thank you so
You
much.
see, Fred said he's jealous.
Thank you.
All right. Well, very cool. All Utah Plumbing, if you need some help, you need some air, you need some water stopping coming out through your roof or wherever, yeah, you can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
And I
take
think-
care of you.
And I think that was great, showing that you can actually apply to other situations too. Thanks,
Yeah.
Guy.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. All right, thank you.
See ya.
Coming up, we got news, entertainment news, and that is when festivals coming up and concerts. We got concert tickets with Daisy and Erin. That's coming up next.
We're brought to you this morning by Executive Transportation. Elegant service, professional style. Go to executiveutah.com. And All Utah Plumbing. Your home deserves the best. 24-hour emergency service at allutahplumbing.com. And also by Columbus Travel. If you go to columbusvacations.com, you can sign up for a weekly newsletter that always has great last-minute deals on hotels, airfare, cruises, and more. Did you know you can catch the Todd and Erin morning stream any time of the day or night on Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud, and GephardtDaily.com?
Oh, I was just looking at Facebook Live and they were talking about how cute the showers. Did you see? They did this whole bathroom remodel for this young guy. Felicia says, "I love that shower." Good morning, Juanita. How are you? And as usual, all of your favorite people are on board who all love you. I've noticed now that on Facebook Live, everyone says good morning to you, not to us. On the Todd and Erin page, but hi Daisy, you look so pretty today.
No,
Daisy, I love your hair.
no,
Daisy,
you know what it is they love you guys so much that they don't want me to be like the sad stepchild where they're like,
that's what it is. Sure,
no one loves her.
that's what it is. You look adorable today. I love that
Yeah,
shirt.
so I got this at the arts festival.
Can you stand up, show them because
Yeah,
it's really
yeah.
cute.
It's this super cool scorpion.
I like that.
Yeah, so it's this local artist called Isaac Hastings, and I was telling you earlier, Jay got a couple of his T-shirts, and they're American Apparel, so he loves them. And then I'm like, ooh, I'm going to get into the tank tops, and they're all that. I have one that I've had for probably about a year, and I wash it all the time, and I wear it all the time, and he's a local artist.
See, I like when they actually fit women because usually you get the shirts
Yeah.
and they're the big boxy ones for guys, and you're like, thank you for adding another 10 pounds to the appearance of my body.
Yeah,
So,
and
yeah.
then if you're wearing a tank top, like you don't want it to be too tight but not too loose, and
You look
and
very hip.
I do.
I know, I
I
think so.
like that I've got a big scorpion on my front, so no one will mess with me, right?
Yeah, you're super dangerous, honey.
Super dangerous.
Just like a hummingbird with an extra sharp beak. It's so sweet.
I like that. Yeah.
right, we're
I'll take that.
talking about weekend stuff, and you always come up with some of the best ideas.
Yeah, and again, this idea, I actually saw this group, B-Boy Federation, at the Arts Festival as
Hip hop,
well.
right?
Hip hop.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know whether you know this about me, but I love my hip hop music.
I could
Love
totally
it.
see that about you.
Love it.
I could see that.
And the B-Boy Federation is a super cool group in Salt Lake that appear at, they do, I mean, I don't really know the terms, but they dance at various festivals.
They perform.
They perform. And this is actually not till next week, July 7th and 8th, but it's the kind of thing that I think maybe if you want to go to it, it's a show called They Reminisce, and it's the kind of thing that I think maybe you might want to get tickets in advance.
Cool, yeah.
And basically what it is like this, they go through the story of hip hop, from the beginning in the 80s to the resurgence in the 90s and that kind of
Interesting,
thing.
yeah.
And it's a night of like hip hop dance at the Janae downtown. So then you go.
That's pretty
and
cool.
You've got all your nice restaurants around there and all that.
I love that.
And guess what?
What?
You'll never guess. You'll be surprised by this.
You mean the dark mistress of free tickets has struck again? Mm-hmm. Very nice.
Yeah, and just think, you can tell your husband or wife or friend or whatever that you're super cool, because you can be like, hey,
All right, yeah.
want to go to the B-Boy Federation with me? I might bust out a little bit of, as Todd was saying earlier, I might pop and lock a little bit. I might do a little mannequin. I learned how to do the mannequin when I was like 10. It was so bad.
When you're
So
10,
bad.
though, almost everything looks good.
Oh,
You can really get away with
And
it. You can't as an adult.
We
So.
almost did that thing where, you kind of like do like a caterpillar down under the floor, except your chest would always like hit the floor so hard, and you're like, I want to be a hip hop star, but I can't.
I don't like being
breathe."
uncomfortable.
I don't like being uncomfortable, so I'm never going to spin on my head. So anyway, yeah, maybe if you want to win tickets, like you can just like comment, share, or tell us your best like hip hop move that you like to bust.
Oh, yeah.
out
Anything
at
you like to
family
bust a move.
parties or-
Totally would like to know that. That'd be
Yeah,
good.
and we'll send you to B-Boy Federation.
I love
and I'm
it.
definitely going as well. So,
Cool. Okay, now what's Road to Morocco?
oh yeah. So my thought with this is a nice free thing to do over 4th of July weekend, because
Oh, man, it's old school.
yeah. So these things are so fun. What my thought was a lot of people have a good amount of time off work, and yeah, you're going to maybe pay to go and do certain things, but then also if there's free stuff to do, like why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
you
right.
know. And this is down in Orem. Mondays and Fridays at Orem City Library, free movies.
I know, I love that.
And I mean, this one I didn't know too much about. That it's Bing Crosby and Bob Hope.
That's all you need to
you know. And it's called Road to Morocco. So that's.
Oh, no, it's got
on-
Anthony Quinn in it, and he's very, like, sinister Eastern.
Oh, have you seen it?
Yeah, it's epic. It really is.
Oh, I really want to.
Oh, no, I
go.
love the Bob Hope, Bing Crosby road movies. They're so much fun. No, this is a really cute one,
And
and your
Dorothy
kids will like it, too.
Lamour.
I know, look at her turban.
I know. Oh God.
That's back when women could wear turbans.
And I dress like that when I do hip hop.
Right?
Just
Don't
in
make me
case
cough
you-
today. Come on.
Sorry.
You're so mean.
So that's 6:30 Mondays and Fridays, and then if you can't catch the one on Monday, if you're going away for 4th of July or whatever, then coming up July 7th is. I haven't seen this film either, but it's called RV, and it's Robin Williams. And then July 10th,
90-ish, yeah.
this might be a Gebhardt Daily trip down to Orem. Muppet movie.
Oh, you know we have to go down for that.
How fun with that?
There's nothing like a bunch of bitter, hard-drinking news journalists out in the newsroom taking them down to a Muppet movie.
Yeah.
It's an education for all of us. Yeah. Okay, also, I have the complete list of all the fireworks along the Wasatch Front.
Oh,
I'm
amazing.
putting it up on the Todd and Erin page on GebhardtDaily.com, and also a list of all of the free movies in the park, because they're going along all the different cities. Each one kind of has their own little celebration.
Oh,
There's usually free
great.
popcorn. Sometimes they have vendors out. So these are bloody stubs from typing. So that doesn't sound very inviting when I put it like that, does it?
But it is inviting that you can have an amazing 4th of July and not have to spend too much money, right?
Precisely.
If you have a big family or whatever.
Nobody
but
wants to
those-
spend money anymore. No, So
Spending money is so like passe.
exactly, all the cool people do hip hop and don't spend money. So there's 2 new movies coming out this weekend. The first one's obvious. Everyone's going to go to it. Despicable Me 3.
You ready to continue the family tradition? You and me? No, I left that life behind me. Just one heist. What's the difference between me and you?
Carol, of course, is back with Kristen Wiig and all the cool people. And I love this. They have Trey Parker from South Park, who is one of the creators. And he plays the infamous 80s style, who's got the mullet, and he's the villain. And he totally does everything like an 80s, like breakdancing. It's really exceptionally creepy.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's going to be, and you know what? It's already going to be a blockbuster. So there you go. You've got that one. Also, I had barely started hearing about this one, and it's freaking hysterical.
Yes.
The House.
Yeah.
If they say no to you, I say we say no to them. If they don't want my baby, they're stupid.
I got it!
When I became a dad.
It's so funny. Will Ferrell, Amy Poehler, and basically they've got her into this epic, beautiful, like, you know, Harvard-esque university, and then they realize they don't have any money.
Yeah.
So they have to open a gambling den in the house.
This looks funny to me.
That's such a Will Ferrell thing too, isn't it perfect?
Yes. And do you like Will Ferrell and do you like Amy Poehler? What are your
I love
what are
them
your
both.
thoughts?
I
You
love
do?
them both so much, don't you? I mean, seriously.
Yeah, and I think I saw that maybe they haven't done a movie to correct me if I'm being an idiot, but maybe they haven't done a movie together.
I don't
and
think
it's
so
kind of a big
either.
deal because they're both really funny.
Yeah.
But they haven't been in a movie together.
Okay, can you imagine being the young actress who has to star with him? Like, I know I'll never ever remotely be as clever as you are, but I'm just going to sit here and watch the two of you, and it will kill me inside.
Yeah, her job was
Right.
probably just not to break,
Yeah,
right?
really.
You know, while they're
just keep nodding, while they work. So anyway, you've got 2 new movies, great free things with Daisy. You can go to the Todd and Erin page on Gephardt Daily for more information. But once again, to win the tickets for
Yeah, like, comment, share. Tell us your favorite hip hop moves. Tell us whether you wear a turban when you do hip hop, and we will. I think we'll pick the winner maybe before noon today, but it's next weekend. It's the 7th and 8th, so you have a minute.
You're such a trip, Daisy. We'll be right back.
Todd and Erin's Morning Stream, brought to you by Black Diamond Experts. Electric, plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. You'll be glad you called an expert. The law offices of Robert J. DeBry and Associates, with offices in Salt Lake City, Sandy City, and St. George. Check them out at robertdebry.com. The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is actually available anytime at GephartDaily.com. Just click on the Todd and Erin page.
All right, so wait a minute, we forgot something. You said there's something about pants.
No, this is a very exciting moment. This is very, very exciting. The LDS Church, if you work for the LDS Church, number one, it's a gigantic employer. I mean, it's
Right.
not only here in Utah, but all over the
Right.
world. There's a lot of information. But in the past, women have not been allowed to wear pants to work. They've always had to wear dresses. Men wore white shirts. That's just the way it was.
Right.
You wore a full suit. And
No, don't
it's
tell me.
327 degrees. If you've ever gone by the church office building,
Everybody looks hot.
Yeah.
Not hot.
But this is really cool. They just barely came out with this, but they said that women now who are employed full-time with benefits who give birth are eligible for 6 weeks of paid maternity leave. That option is also open to men, which I think is wonderful.
That's pretty good.
Now also men can wear colored shirts instead of just white.
Stop it with your craziness.
It gets more progressive than that.
Do you know what the colored shirts? They're the gateway to Nehru jackets. I don't know where I came up with.
I think they're going to stop before that. They have fashion sense. And women can also wear pantsuits or slacks now.
Yes. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, we screwed everything
Yeah,
up.
we're going
I know.
back
It's
to
my
that.
fault.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
So in any case, I thought that was really cool. So basically, the changes impact thousands of church employees. I mean, and it's not just fashion, just the fact that now family leave is open is a big deal.
Well, that is a big deal.
And that does make him one of the more progressive employers because that's something that so many, employee groups have been pushing for. Like, please give us this chance to be with our children. And that's something that when we had the twins and we had Zoe, I was allowed to broadcast from home for 6 months. And by the time I got to come back, I was actually really excited, like, get me out of the house. Who's president? What's going on out in the real world? What's happening?
It's so hot when she's needy like that.
I was.
Well,
Okay.
according to the calendar, it is 2017, so I'm glad they joined in.
I'm very proud of them. That's
All right.
wonderful. All right, Black Diamond. If you haven't been to Black Diamond Experts, these are the guys who do not only plumbing, heating, and air, but electrical. And one of the nice things about calling the Black Diamond Experts is you know what you're going to get. They're licensed, bonded, and insured, so you open the door to a stranger and you're okay. You know who he is. He's welcome in the house. He'll give you a bid, and whatever it is what you pay. There's no little extra bits that suddenly show up at the end like, oh, you didn't know about this, and then we had to order this, and blah, blah, blah. You can count on what they tell you, and that's what it's going to be. 24-hour service, and all you have to do is go to blackdiamondexpert.com in order for them to come in, check out stuff around the house, do some tune-ups, and once again, what they say it will be costing is exactly what you pay.
Coming up next, a brand new diet that's really cool and dangerous. We'll tell you what it is coming up next.
Merit Medical. Why work for fast food wages when you can start at Merit for a whole lot more? Merit Medical. Great products, great people, a great company. Learn more at merit.com/careers. The law offices of Robert J. DeBry and Associates, with offices in Salt Lake City, Sandy City, and St. George. Check them out at robertdebry.com. The Todd and Erin morning stream is actually available anytime at gephardtdaily.com. Just click on the Todd and Erin page.
All right, so a brand new diet. Don't we all need one?
Always,
Brand new diet.
says the girl who's got 4 packs of candy on the desk.
Yeah, they keep feeding us here, so I'm not smoking for a very long time, and it still makes me fat. A brand new diet, and it's called the Sleeping Beauty Diet.
Really? So I'm assuming it's something to do with getting enough rest?
She's losing weight.
She looks super relaxed.
She looks skinny.
I like the shade of those sheets. It's like a
I do
blush,
too.
like a blush pink.
It's very nice.
Very nice.
She's losing weight. The secret to this diet.
Yeah, explain this.
Stay with me on this. Is when you sleep, you're not eating.
I actually think I've eat before. Like you sleepwalk. I think I've eaten. But let's go with it.
I've been eating and fell to sleep a bit. Pizza on my chest. I remember I was so starving, I was so tired, and I was sitting
And you
there,
fell asleep with a
and you're just
pizza on
like,
your chest.
And like there's a plate on my chest, and it was like, and you fell asleep, and you rolled over at night, and you have a piece of pizza stuck to your neck.
Yes, but you saved calories because you were unconscious.
You weren't eating.
And thus could not assume. So then what are they basically saying? That you should just sleep so much that you don't eat? I don't understand how that part works.
Here's the other secret part of the
Okay.
Sleeping Beauty diet, is that the more you sleep, the less you eat, the more weight you'll lose.
Are there a lot of people that can sleep 16 hours a day?
No, that's what Xanax and Valium are for. That's part of the diet. So basically, you can sleep for 20 to 24 hours, miss all your feeding times, and then wake up refreshed and, well, not because you're drugged. And you usually set an alarm to wake up, take more sleeping medication, and go back to sleep.
I don't think that's a feasible diet plan for most of us here in North America.
I can't even believe that we're actually talking about it, and this thing is actually out there, and some stupid people are actually doing it. Oh, addiction, that might be an issue. Oh, wait, sedatives make your body not sleep the same way and get REM sleep that you need to repair yourself.
So this was like a real diet. They were actually going, hey, you can lose weight
Someone
this way.
came upon it, and yeah, evidently some people were. First of all, where do you get the drugs? Number two, what happens to your life when you sleep 24 hours a day? Are your kids in college yet?
Our children demand dinner like every single night.
Right?
I'm not sure how I get out of that
What
one.
about work? What about... I would pee the bed, to be totally honest, and maybe worse, if I was drugged and asleep for 24 hours. There's a lot of disgusting things that would happen.
Well, on that inspiring note, why don't we go to Daisy in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom with some entertainment news. It's brought to you by Robert J. DeBry. Robert J. DeBry with offices in Sandy, Salt Lake, and St. George. Go to robertdebry.com for help. Executive transportation, where our friend Marsh can take you anywhere you want to go with professional style and service by contacting him at executiveutah.com. And Black Diamond Electric, the guys I just told you about, because you'll be glad you called an expert. 24-hour service at blackdiamondexpert.com. Daisy, what's going on in Hollywood?
Hello again, Todd and Erin. Here's a look at the headlines from Tinseltown overnight. The women of Star Wars are ready to kick some stormtrooper butt in the new animated web series Forces of Destiny. Among the strong female characters to appear are Princess Leia, Rey, Padme, and Jyn Erso. The series will debut on July 3rd on Disney's YouTube channel, and 6 days later will be shown on the Disney Channel. Each episode will be 2 to 3 minutes long and will explore the untold stories that help shape the destinies of the characters. In sad news out of England, Michael Bond, the creator of my childhood friend Paddington Bear, has passed away at age 91. Bond wrote the children's book series about Paddington, the trenchcoat-wearing, marmalade-swilling bear. Bond's daughter, Karen Jankel, talked to reporters about the loss of her dad. For me, he was the most wonderful father you can imagine, so obviously our loss is personal, she said, but it's wonderful that he left the legacy of his books and that Paddington will live on forever. And singer Britney Spears says people don't give her enough credit for singing live at her concerts. She told an interviewer this week that lip-syncing accusations bother her because of how hard she works during her live shows. Because I'm dancing so much, I do have a little bit of playback, Spears said. There's a mixture of my voice and the playback. It really blanks me off because I'm busting my blank out there and singing at the same time, and nobody ever really gives me credit for it. Spears' blanking manager, Larry Rudolph, blanking explained that nobody blanking sings while they're blanking dancing, adding, it's physically impossible. That's it for this blanking edition of Tinseltown Blanking Headlines. Todd and Erin, back to you.
Thank you, Daisy.
Thank you so much. I think it's time. I think it's time for the deep sea crustacean update, don't you?
Now, we're talking, of course, by the lobster, the massive lobster, by the way.
20 pounds.
That was rescued.
Logan Airport.
Someone had literally tried to smuggle it through their luggage, and
Not
it got
just-
caught by the TSA screeners, which to me seems... That thing is freaking gigantic.
Not just any. Leave that picture up for a second, because it's not just anybody. It's Lisa Finman, and she owns Atlantic Seafood Market and in Old Saybrook, Massachusetts. And basically, she was taking this to a client of hers, and she was taking a 20-pound deal. The TSA found it in the luggage, pulled it out, and this picture has gone around Instagram, and it's just like everywhere. It's everywhere. Well, Lisa, owner of the company, has a little problem with it. Has a little problem with the personal touching of this TSA agent.
You're the one who smuggled it in your luggage, lady. What was her problem?
Back off. The way she's holding the lobster is incorrect. It could have snapped a claw off, hence making it invaluable. So he was, I mean, you think you get touched wrong, incorrectly by a TSA agent. And I don't care if it's the back of your hands.
Are you telling me the TSA agent fondled the lobster?
Well, handled it in a yes. Yes, he did.
He touched the lobster
Yes.
inappropriately?
Yeah, because the joints, look at the joints. The tender joints could have, if she was smart.
Really?
And if she was smart, you know what she should have done? She should have taken the rubber bands off the claws. And that way the TSA agent wouldn't have picked it up at all.
You'd start thinking twice then, wouldn't you?
Right.
Because those things are about the size of my head.
I think that is the end of the updates for the lobster. Probably until to dinner, when the next one will be about dinner.
I hope he has a very long and fulfilling life where he can one day get over
that
experience.
They're not going to set him loose.
He earned it by this point. Are you kidding?
Lisa, the owner, is taken to a client. I'm sure it's going to get a very quick jacuzzi.
I'm not sure this lady is really equipped to be handling lobster transport when she's smuggling it in her luggage. I'm just saying that seems to me perhaps not the person who's best suited for transferring lobsters from one direction to another.
I'm wondering what her clothes smell like. Because you usually pack lobsters when you ship them in seaweed. Yeah.
That poor lobster.
Poor
like his
Alaska.
life hasn't been hard enough.
Poor Alaska, Anchorage.
Why? What's wrong? No, we love Alaska. We actually went up to Juneau, Alaska for a honeymoon.
Right.
We went fishing, salmon fishing.
Yeah, it was very cool.
And I think Alaska's, it's like one of those last great frontiers. It's like it's unspoiled and beautiful, and it's not wildly over commercialized, and it's
Commercialized?
Commercialized.
Okay.
What did I say?
You had something close.
It's something similar.
Yeah. Well,
but it's beautiful.
And Anchorage is a growing city, a metropolis almost. Not really.
It's sort of bustling.
It's got moose in it.
It's bustling.
But there is a certain longing for maybe some more conveniences and maybe more retailers. Now here's
Trader Joe's! Oh my gosh!
Right.
Oh, you guys, I get that because I got so excited when they moved to downtown. I can't even tell you. I was like one of the first people.
There's a banner, a beautiful banner downtown in Anchorage
Yeah?
that says "Coming Soon."
I'm so
It's
happy
Trader
for
Joe's.
you.
And there's one for Legos in another part of the city. And then there's another one saying coming soon, Whole Foods.
Man, they're
And-
finally getting all the good stuff.
and
Good
they're
for
like,
them.
You're right, and everybody's like really excited
Because
about
I love
it.
Trader Joe's.
Except it's not happening. Someone's doing it as a joke.
Someone is doing retail trolling.
Right.
That is the meanest thing I've ever heard.
Somebody was waiting for someone to step up and say, "Well, I did it because of the businesses and they're booming here, and we should look forward to changes like this
I would
in
be
the
ready to
future."
cry for Trader Joe's, thinking I could get my $2 chuck and I could get my inexpensive produce, and then you dash my hopes.
They don't know who did it,
That is a bad person.
but people are excited and they were taking pictures, sending them to their friends and stuff.
Oh,
saying,
yeah. I mean, are you kidding? I took pictures when we got Target here in Salt Lake City 2 decades ago.
Welcome
of course
to our,
they did.
Welcome to our celebrity lifestyle.
Oh, that is so sad. How could you do that to them?
Taking pictures in front of Target. And the paparazzi were there, of course.
I was so happy. We got an Olive Garden. I felt like we'd finally made the big time.
Because all the free breadsticks you can
God,
eat.
poor Anchorage. Now
All
I'm
right.
feeling all sad again.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And we always stumble at this point about how do we want to end the show.
Because you wanted to end like with some sort of decisive note that leaves you thinking and perhaps pondering for the day.
Some kind of climatic thing. But
Climactic, you mean?
that too. But instead, what we're going to do is we're going to take you up to this is
Oh.
a place, National Park, State Park, and
Look at the baby goat.
And a
Oh,
baby
my
goat.
goodness. Look how precious. Oh.
you guys have a good one. We'll talk to you tomorrow on the Todd and Erin Morning Stream on GetPartDaily.com.
Oh, how precious.
Crazy.